Hi, my name is Tatiana Austin. I'm here with Marshall Parker. She is Miss Freshwoman of our class. So, where are you from, Marshall?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
And how many miles from Detroit to Greensboro?
Miles to be exact, I'm not sure. I think it's around 500 miles. When I check my mom's location, it's about 539 or so. But it's a 10-hour drive from Michigan to Greensboro.
Oh, wow. So, how many colleges did you apply to?
I ended up applying to more than I could count. I think last time I counted was in my senior year, and it was probably about 15 colleges. At one point, I just started applying to schools. Like, I looked up free schools to apply to, and I just started applying to schools that way because why not?
And was Bennett your first choice?
Bennett actually wasn't my first choice. I didn't really decide to go to Bennett until July 7th, and then I applied. And then I got my acceptance letter on July 8th. So, I didn't choose Bennett. Bennett chose me. However, I do like Bennett. I did come from an all-girls high school. So it's kind of just the same thing, except my high school was predominantly white, and obviously Bennett being a historically black college, it's predominantly black. But I knew that two things I wanted to do leaving Michigan was go to a school out of state and then go to a historically black college. So here I am.
And when you won Miss Freshwoman, what did you want to tell young women like us for the future?
When I won Miss Freshwoman, I was in the caf, and I was getting like stir fry or something. And nothing really was on my mind. I really didn't believe I won. Like, even when Miss P said Miss Freshwoman, Marshall Parker, I heard someone else's name, so I was like, oh, okay. And then everyone came up to me like, you won, you won, you won. So I guess what I want to tell other people that are applying to positions like mine or getting out of their comfort zone is to not doubt yourself and think about how you can actually do it. Like, the whole time, I kind of doubted myself. I didn't really think that I was going to win, even though everyone told me I was going to win. I didn't think I was going to win at all. But
And what is your major?
I major in political science.
Do you plan on studying abroad?
I would like to. I've been thinking about it ever since high school, but being a political science major, I never really thought that was an option for me until I talked to the SGA president, Alexis Branch, and she was telling me about her experience in Jerusalem and Belgium, and so I thought it was pretty interesting.
Where will you go?
Anywhere a scholarship could take me. I want to go. I want to travel abroad, but I don't really want to pay for it. So,
Did any of your family relatives attend Bennett, or are you just the first?
Yeah,
generation?
I'm the first one here.
Ah. So by you going to an all-white school in Detroit and now coming to HBCU, what is the difference transforming?
Well, my school, it was actually in Farmington Hills, which is in the suburbs area. I still lived in Metro Detroit, but it wasn't in Detroit. It was very different because my graduating class was only 13 other black students, including myself. So we really learned to rely on each other and also have a tolerance. Most people, when they hear certain things that that can be offensive to another race, they instantly hop on the racist, prejudice, ignorant train. Growing up where you're kind of marginalized for at least those 4 years in my life, I learned that sometimes you have to teach people because most of these girls grew up in all one race, very wealthy areas, and I didn't come from that. So,
How did that make you feel when you?
It was something I had to adjust to. Freshman year, I know that it really broke down my self-esteem. I mean, when I tell people this, it's not blatant racism. It's not like anyone is calling me the N-word. It's not like anyone is like saying anything about me because of my race. It's the microaggressions that come with being black, and like questions that they would ask that they don't necessarily know how to phrase. So it really, after a while, you just build a tougher skin.
What one of these encounters be like?
Just to name a few, for example, most of my classmates will go to like big fancy vacations, and then when they come back with their tans and they say like, oh, I'm almost as dark as you, or I'm the same complexion as you. Or it wasn't really until my sophomore, junior year that I started wearing my hair naturally at school. And when I used to do that, then they would be like, oh, you cut your hair. Like, can I touch it? Like, it's so soft. What does it feel like? Like, it smells so good. Like, I don't know. Like, it was like a fetish with my hair for some reason. So those are just some examples.
What do you like about Bennett?
So here at Bennett, just to contrast with my high school experience, I like how it's not only 13 of me, it's a whole sisterhood of me. Everywhere I look, it's not necessarily girls that look like me or girls that have the same background as me, but I know that these girls know some of the same struggles as me, or know exactly how it feels to be in certain situations. And it's like we're all different, but we're all one and the same. And I don't know, I just wanted somewhere where I could see people like myself of different complexions, skin tones, backgrounds, mainly thrive and mainly support each other, since I've been seeing it in other communities for so long.
What does big sister mean to you?
Growing up the only child, it doesn't mean much. But here I know that we really stress like the big sister program. Like everywhere I go, everyone calls me sis, and where I'm from, that really meant you wanted to fight. Like I had to get used to people calling me sis. But for me here, it means just having a companion, someone you could talk to, someone you could open up to and trust.
You were running for Miss Freshwoman. What was that campaigning like for you?
Campaigning, it was much different than I thought. I went to Target and I kind of cashed out on gold and silver Sharpie markers and little things to do, and I knew candy was gonna get people. I bought candy and cupcakes because, you know, it's sweet. People like to eat. Also, I grew up with 12 cavities, so I know candy is the way to someone's heart. And so I really mainly was just trying to focus on getting my message out there. Even though at the time when I was running, I didn't necessarily formulate my message. I was just like, you know what, like, I want to break out my shell, out my comfort zone. Like, I might be new here, but vote for me. You know, I'm struggling just like you guys.
So now that you are Miss Freshwoman, do you plan on running for Miss Sophomore?
So far, considering that right after I won Miss Freshwoman, I kind of was bombarded by the royal court to get everything for the coronation and regale together so quickly. At first, I wasn't really thinking about it, but I'm kind of undecided on that question. I just want to see how this year goes before I really start trying to pursue that.
Do people treat you differently since you won?
Yes. Now whenever I see people and they don't really know my name, they say Miss Freshwoman, like, I don't know, things like that is so cringy, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm really Miss Freshwoman, but it's like, I have a name too. Like, I am my title, but I want people to see me and not my position, you know. Like, I'm still Marshall, even though I'm Miss Freshwoman. However, you know, I'm just a regular person. So that's definitely different that people see me as that. I also feel like sometimes I have to withhold a certain standard, like certain things I can't do or say, since these positions are kind of like the face of the school. Like any royal court position, any SGA presidential position is kind of like you're a role model now. Like people are always looking at you. Like alumni know me that I didn't even know knew me. So,
what community service activities do you have planned now that you are Miss Freshwoman?
Well, now after the coronation regale, I really got to sit down and think about this. And in the month of October, I want to do something called Socktober. And it's basically where we'll donate socks, you know. And I don't know, I was thinking about making it really cute because, you know, Halloween and stuff like that. And we were going to donate socks. And then we were going to go to I was thinking either the halfway home that's close by or to a homeless shelter to donate those socks because it is getting cold outside, and I feel like people don't really think about things like socks and other warmth gear to give away. I also was thinking about caroling and Christmas caroling, and that after Thanksgiving break to before our finals at a elderly home, because I did that in my Girl Scout troop, and I really like that because I don't know, old people are so sweet. And I also was thinking about something else, but I just have to wait to see how I'm feeling.
Why is it important to you working with the elderly people?
I think it's important to help elderly people because when I see elderly people in homes, I always think about like how often their family visits them, or do they necessarily get the care that they need, because I know from my experience, my great-grandmother didn't have the best experience in a home before she passed away. So I just want to give back, especially since they gave so much to our community, because without the generations before us, we wouldn't even have our generation now to shape how we want the world for our kids and our grandkids. So I think that's why I like to help elderly people, especially since they're willing to share their story with anyone and share their wisdom with anyone.
How can we get in contact with you?
I mainly post my social projects and important things that I'm doing on Instagram, especially with the Royal Court and the SGA. So my personal Instagram is my name with a couple of E's. So it's MARSHELEEEE, 4 E's. And but then again, we also post on the Bennett 22 SGA page, so that's also a great way to stay updated.
Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience?
I just like to share that being different makes you unique, and that always to keep your head held high, because at the end of the day, you are a Belle. You're here for a reason. Regardless if Bennett chose you or you chose Bennett, use this time, your time here at Bennett, to make the most out of your experience. At least that's what I'm trying to do. So if you ever need anyone to talk to, or if you're ever feeling iffy or down, just contact me, because I'm most likely in the same boat as you.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.